graffitied building near it, and we said, this is perfect. Here's a place for them to joyride, get stuck, and when the other guys show up and they're all at the top of the dunes, they all go careening down. And it had this, we said it kind of reminded us of Help or a Richard Lester Beatles film where they're all up there, and you just wanted that joy and boyishness and this sense of abandon. And the dunes were, again, this kind of epic, playing with the scale of it. It's like, look at these tiny men on this larger place, and again, in the relationship between man and nature, it's like, you know, we're all powerless to it.
You guys ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
We had many cameras rolling. If we didn't have 5 cameras rolling, I felt like we weren't doing our job. And they said, well, there's no actors there and there's no chip in the camera. I said, I don't care, shoot anyway. It became a joke where I'd say, like, I would just go up to Matt or Eric or John Pingree or anybody else, anybody in the camera department. They would be standing there with a camera in their hand. I'd say, why aren't you shooting? And they said, well, I said, I don't care, we'll shoot it again. I said to John Pingree, I said, okay, you shot the water. Have you shot the water in every possible light with every possible speed? I'm a little crazy, but you know, it's just data. It's just data. Eric Schmidt is like a brother to me, and Eric and I have worked together a long time and have built up, you know, a relationship of trust and love and aesthetic, you know, sensibilities. And when you add Matt Rowe to that mix, I just think what we were doing in some of these short videos that we had made and other pieces, we just kept developing that visual language and that trust. And again, you're going ahead and you know what you want to shoot. I would know how he would shoot it. He would know what I would want to shoot. And again, in all this image capturing, it's good to have those creative allies that you understand. It's like a marriage, you know. It's something where you just, or a dance partner or a sports partner. You can riff, and there's an ease and a comfort, and also a good challenging with it, you know, between each other about how to tell the story. But we're in a bathroom. There's 4 cameras. It's not. No one's precious about it. Everybody's egoless about it, and it's all like, let's just shoot. Let's just make great shots and tell the story.
Hey, he's back.
I want to roll and be able to shoot this with this beautiful foreground crop right here. Listen, get out. It's fucking like, just fucking loose and renegade the right song. It's fucking perfect. Guy, let's get back in. Ah.
I want to look at this new technology here. This is new. This is what's cool about this movie.
The steam takes a little longer, but let's see what
Smoke. It's not a steam. It would be, I think it's a combination of,
what's it for the shot? It's all steam is left.
You can't, about 100 macro, like you can't move, you know what I mean?
So maybe you get hot water and it looks like it's steaming, but the room is still hot. A little tube action. Yeah, leave it for 3 seconds.
I don't have it. So there would you see yourself?
Because that would be shit.
Oh, fantastic.
see it though?
Yeah, just about.
Just enough. Alright, let's see if it'll work on a clear. Okay. If it does, they're slamming, but they don't have a choice. Okay.
We gotta shave this, guys.
We're ready.
What it opens up the ability, especially for filmmakers like us that are trying to do indie productions, it's really opened up the possibilities to tell stories in interesting ways because the cameras are so damn small. If 16 was on this side and 35 was on this side, I think these cameras fall somewhat in between, but then it's also a different category. They're super sharp, but they still have a little bit of grain and noise in them, but it's a look. I think the cameras are an artistic choice, but with these cameras, they're inexpensive. We've actually broken a couple of them because doing weird things that we normally wouldn't do with a more expensive camera.
So this to me, right? You've done it.
Come in from on this side.
You've just laid it. And you're moving towards the 3,000. You're gonna cut into those guys there. So whatever's the best. I would think like here, right? You're just going here I am at the restaurant. You can drop to here. Literally in front of the awareness.
What am I aiming at then? Aren't they pretty similar?
No, the guy is at this tier. I was gonna put the guy at this tier.
I understand. When he has a heart attack, he goes up there. Why was this camera then?
I think you're further back. Like with the guy. I like that. I feel more of the restaurant.
Okay, so it brings me back to another question. Do we want to make this take? Where am I coming from?
Right there, good. And that guy.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you want to, why don't we, however you want to do it. We could run the whole 9. And they say,
the whole 9.
clean up, clean up, clean up.
Someone's working on a show with these little tiny cameras, these baby 75
These are good. Half the time you don't know they're around.
That's the camera we shoot with. That's a film in motion. They're everywhere. They're everywhere!
Yeah. They move quickly. More time for the actors, less time for lighting and setup. Move back and forth without cables and a crew 5 times bigger. Makes sense.
What I do is they shoot on these CF cards and they hand it to me and I back it up 3 times, and as they shoot I check every clip to make sure there's no dust on the sensor, dust on the lens, that it's in focus. These 5D cameras and 7D cameras are very hard to keep in focus because it's so shallow.
I don't know what you mean.
Every image and every shot is of vital importance from the first frame to the end. Am I pretentious enough for this?
So the band should have kept going. That would have been the classic.
It felt good. I mean, when I was watching, I don't feel like I was watching
anything forced.
It's weird because I have so many questions, and the worst thing you can do is ask questions. Well, that's all I want to do is ask
What's your
questions.
main question? What the fuck happened? It's
Yes.
exactly a logical question. What the fuck happened?
I thought it was good, that bit, and I didn't get answered, but it was good.
Yeah.
First of all, my first instinct is that's not Tim. That's not Tim. Way to go. Like, what the fuck? That's not him. Come on, what the fuck's going on here? It's a complete, like, that's not Tim. You know? We're not doing nearly enough, man. This fucking guy is alive. You're not just gonna work on him for 30 seconds and say he's dead. I'm not gonna believe you. I don't care what kind of doctor you are. I don't believe it. I don't care if the fucking Surgeon General. He's dead! What are you talking about?
I've known you since 10 years old.
Okay.
I mean, you're not blind.
Right.
You see a fucking noose around his neck and his face is
People
blue.
come back from a lot worse than that. You know? I've seen people not, gasping. I mean, look at him. His eyes are still, got water in them. His mouth is still wet. How can you say he's dead? I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know, pound on his chest. I don't know how to make somebody get back. I don't know, man. It seems to me like we just keep saying he's just dead.
Him saying he's dead, like in his responses, the emotional stuff that I think that.
Well, you match emotion with emotion.
Exactly. So if you're
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you that you have enough sitting around.
I don't know.
I don't feel free enough to do what I
But
want to
yeah,
do.
since when? Well, then do it. Well, since when do I put handcuffs? Then do it. But at a certain point, you're not an idiot.
Right.
The guy's fucking dead.
But that's
It's not a guy ODing, frothing at the mouth. He's not frothing at the mouth. His eyes are not rolling around. He's not on a drug overdose. He's fucking hung himself. You just had 35, 40 seconds of this guy hanging, okay?
Well, yeah.
So, that is denial, that is shock. It's fucking shock.
You should be angry at him for not being able, because he's a fucking doctor, and there's gotta be, Richard's gotta be like, fucking save his fucking life, dude.
Yes.
The thing you're talking about is the shock of the letter's gone, but the envelope remains. It's not him. It's not him. It's that shock. But the envelope remains. So you've got to get over that.
Right.
Nobody's handcuffing you,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
I'm just saying that you're.
I need permission. I need permission.
You haven't asked for permission the whole movie, so fucking do it.